Good evening, everyone. 17th of February today, Monday. Like Mondays in February are not good. I've taken a lot of painkillers today. How are you doing, Mr. B?
I didn't take the painkillers, but I've been on your version. Yeah, it's been
What's my version?
a sobering day. Yours are legal, mine's are illegal.
That's okay. It's oddly patronising. let me go. Ow. Yeah, but how are you? Like feeling the cold?
Yeah. Obviously, I picked the wrong garments to wear today. With just a t-shirt, thinking it's sunny again. The sun's come out. It was a beautiful morning, wasn't it? It was really sunny, really bright. I thought it was spring, but it's still 3 degrees on the way
You
home.
thought Club Tropicana?
Sorry?
You thought Club Tropicana?
It's really cold. Yeah, really cold. I hope everyone's doing well. And we're feeling a lot better after yesterday. It was a really bad result. And it's just one thing after another, isn't it, with this football club? But we're here to talk about it. And we're here to talk about any promising news or things like that. And hopefully we're joined by some wonderful people in the comments as well. So let's go.
All right. How did you get on with football over the weekend?
Can we talk?
Yeah, of course we can talk. This is what
we played the best game we ever played. This is the best performance we put out since I've been there. So I've been managing. It's the best performance I've seen from the boys. 6-0 at halftime. All right.
Ooh, bloody hell.
It was really bad. 6-0 at halftime, and it's not. We scored one. We scored another. I was saying to him, relentless, continue the good practices that were getting us the goals. You know. What I said just before the game, because I don't want to go too deep into tactics and that, but what I've been trying to say to him is the shape. The shape's everything at this sort of level. If you make yourself hard to beat and get play numbers behind the ball and keep organised, nice, compact, and all them kind of things, which I keep reinforcing, teams find it hard to beat us. So, teams at this level, they're going to play a long ball, over the top, get some guys physical, try and got one little player midfield who can do a little something. If you stretch the game and open it up, it makes it easier for them. So when you deny these players, these teams space, they get frustrated. They haven't got something to fall back on. And that way we've got a base to build on, and we've been slowly getting better. We had a good team out the other day. We've got 3 or 4 very good players, who are really talented. We've got a guy called Diego, who's half Lebanese, half Argentine up front. He's about 5'4", I'm not exaggerating, small, low center of gravity. And the name Diego, I don't know if it's a nickname or not, but it sticks because he is unbelievable. Like, you can't get the ball of him in tight situations, just dribbles, gets a shot off, scores goals, one of the goals, and really good player for us. And we've got a guy called Jay, plays on the wing as well, talented guy. Probably smokes too much, because we've got semi-final this coming week. But really talented as well. And then Mr. B, don't come looking and sniffing around my team for players. All right, I don't know what you're like.
I just heard the name Diego and thought, next season I need a striker.
Honestly, you have to see this guy. He's absolutely brilliant. He played.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's got kids and all. I don't know. He's probably in his 30s, late 30s or something. Apparently, he played with Tarap in at QPR. At QPR at one point. But I played against him, and when he heard he's coming to our club, I was like, I felt I could manage him when I played against him. But seeing what he does, I realised what a really top player is. And at this level, if you've got 3 or 4 good players and a good shape from the manager and the structure, you can do something. This Sunday, we've got a semi-final. It's massive. In all the years since this club's been going, since 1984, we've only won 2 cup finals and not won any league titles.
Oh, shit.
This is an historic week for us. We've got opportunity this weekend to go and beat a team we beat last week, who are very good at, by mind you, because most of their players are at university. But we got opportunity to go and beat them and get to a final. And this is all it's about, isn't it, for
you home
to football?
You home next week?
No, we're away. But it's at Brunel. Our home pitch is a mud fest. I don't care where we play. Brunel University is a bit nicer,
Oh, you play at Brunel University?
Their away game is at the university. Brunel.
What, are they the team? Are they the university team?
No. There's a Saturday team that's converted. Got a little Sunday.
Just hide out the pitch.
Yeah, that's their home ground. But wish us luck, because honestly, this is historic. If we get to the final, it's massive for us. It's really massive. And I've never been that fortunate in my whole footballing career of winning finals. I've won a few league titles, but always at finals been a bit unlucky. I've won
Oh,
50-50, I'd say, but I don't care about the league. It's all about, at this level, it's all about cup final, day out.
Oh,
It's so much better, isn't it? It's just glorious. So
I
come on,
want the league.
guys, this weekend.
I want leagues.
I want leagues.
No, come on. What you win the
No.
league? No, let me put this to you. You win the league this year, which you probably will, Mr. B, the way you're going. What are you going to do? You win the game on a cold April day or whatever, and it's like, oh, yeah, well done, lads. Yeah, well done. That's it. And you go home and that's it.
You know,
Right,
but we
or-
have an awards. No, we have an awards night, bruv.
Yeah, that's not the same.
It
Yeah, but the
is-
award
no,
night
it
is
is
the
the same
final.
because-
On the day of the
Yeah.
final,
So
you
what
get
you
the
do,
trophy.
you celebrate your win on the day. You do
Yeah.
whatever you do, and then you get a second one where the whole club's there, all of their wives and girlfriends, and you're presented with your trophy and your medals. No, I'd rather take. I mean, yeah, I mean, look, I'd rather do the double. All right, then, look, I'd rather do the double, innit?
You're greedy. You're getting
Yeah,
greedy now. Bath time,
Yeah.
what would you rather? A league win the league, which proves you're the best team in the league over the course of time, or have a day, which is a special day for all the club, bring your family and friends at a big stadium and play as final, glorious day, win it, lift the trophy, and have just fantastic memories for life.
League, because it's about
brings you the best.
consistency. It's about going through with your teammates over a season. It's all the hard work. It's been the best team. Like winning cups are great, like, and they're good, but the league is what it's about. Is that, you know, either proving that you shouldn't be in that league, but more importantly, it's that you and your team have been the best all season, and that's what I like. Like, I'm nothing against like winning cups. I like winning cups. I've missed a penalty in a cup final, actually.
First
We
time
still
I've heard
won.
that one.
I've said it many times.
That,
Like,
that would have stuck with me if you would have missed the penalty.
yeah, I missed a
What
penalty.
happened? Did you win the final?
We did.
Oh,
I've never lost the final, as far as I can recall.
Oh, wow.
Since I've been an adult, I've never lost the final, unless it's, you know, like one of them silly 5-a-side things that you play in the summer.
Yeah.
Like,
So just going back, we were 6-0 at half time. Ended up, I changed it around. Got players on that haven't played much. We won 6-2 in the end. Mr. B, how'd you get on in half time? Please.
I'm going to keep mine very brief. You know, I'm a stickler for timekeeping. I had my two centre backs and my central midfielder turned up 2 minutes after we were supposed to kick off.
Wow.
One of the centre backs came on, so obviously they start every week. So I've put a mismatched team out, spoken to everybody. When the subs come, we'll make the changes. Anyway, the first players come on. He started, but so he's walked over, changed, no warm up, nothing. 21 seconds into the game, the ball's come over the top. Boom, 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 boom. He scored an own goal, innit?
Oh no.
How's he scored the own goal?
He slid in, so he's collided with the centre back and the goalie. The ball's bounced off to their forward. He's kind of gone to knock it in, and he's tried to slide in, and it's literally rolled in the corner. I felt like I could have run from where I was to the ball and picked it up. It was rolling so slow.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm mad in it because they're late. The guy who's come late is fucked up. So we played the whole of the rest of the half. Strike, everybody's moaning, get the players on, get the players on. I'm saying I'm not putting them on because they were fucking late. So half hour into the game, I've put them on. You know, with second half.
Half hour into games, you drag someone, done a Xerxes on them.
Yeah. No, but it's roll on, roll off. So it's never an issue, is it? It's roll on, roll off. Second half, I've gone 4-4-2. We're battering them. Haven't scored. We've conceded another own goal. The ball's gone up in the air. The goalie's gone to catch it. He's facing the goal. So the ball's gone up and he's now facing the goal. The ball's come and it's bounced off his hands and gone straight into the goal. So that's 2-0. So then we've gone to 2-1. I just told them to press. So they pressed them. They tried to pass out from the back on a pitch. That is the worst pitch I've played on in 25 years of football.
Wow.
There was dips. It was like a mole. It was like there was molehills in it.
Yeah.
So we've stolen the ball, got the ball back, gone to 2-1, peppering them. Our right back's gone to make a cross. We're in their half, so we've got nobody in our half. He's gone to cross it. He's fluffed his cross. The ball's come across the pitch. He's then run up. One guy's run over across. knocked in the header, 2-1,
No
3-1. So I'm losing my shit now. We've got back to 3-2, and we've lost the game 3-2. But bruv, I tell you, I wanted to punch them because I know
for the lateness, the punctuality.
Yeah, for the lateness, because the team that we played aren't better than us. The
Right.
team that we played aren't better than us. They've got 2 fat fuckers. One of them's got tits bigger than my girlfriend. Yeah, and he's fucking playing at centre back. I was so fucking mad. But I've kind of learned, I've learned to shut my mouth. I cussed off the pitch, walking, because my captain didn't play. And the 2 players who didn't play couldn't believe that we lost. But we lost because they were late. It had nothing to do with our performance. We lost because and if we lose the league because of that, I'm going to blame them. So yeah, I'm convinced the league's gone. I think the league's gone because they fucked up.
What you got to do is make them run 100 meters for every minute they're late.
Yeah,
that's the punishment that we used to have.
I'd rather they just turn up on time, mate. To be fair. So what about you, Bath Time? Talk to me.
I'll tell you what, we'll do the comments because the fact that I'm on painkillers should say quite a lot about what I got myself into. All right, we got Andrew here, amigos. He's saying, "Come on, man, speak sense tonight." I didn't like the tone of a few comments last night, Andrew. You've got to be a bit more respectful about the people that are here on the panel and things. You can disagree, but you've got to watch the line on sort of like personal attacks, and we probably do as well. We've got Kieran. Good evening to you, sir. We've got Will Williams. Good evening, gents.
Will.
We've got Matty Bassett.
Yes, Matty.
Now, he wants to win the league over cups. Steph, good job. I had my notifications on. Early start, lads.
Sorry.
I like going at 8:30, Steph, because it's too late for me. I need to get to bed. Got to be up at 6. We got Graham. Good evening to you, sir. And Matty is saying that Sir Alex prioritised winning the league above all competitions. Would have been nice to win a bit more in Europe, to be honest. And the signing of Veron surely was about winning in Europe. So I'm not completely convinced that it was above everything. Andrew, do you play football, Andrew? My team's 4 points clear, 13 games, 30 points. Only team can catch us is on 11 games and 26 points.
Good.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be in your position than theirs. No, it's got look, he's saying 14 games in the season. It's got to be some team that he plays for. Stephanie, hang on. Oh, my mouse isn't working. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Premier League's bread and butter. Shows the most consistency. United are a long way off that. I agree. Friend of the show, Christine Howley. I hope you're doing well. We've got John Lowry. I agree. Got to agree the league is your bread and butter. But like Mr. B said, why not go for the double and have the bust of both? Good luck anyway to Yabba's team. And we've got Farn, who's joined the party. I hope you're doing well.
So tell us all about it.
Right. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain today because I played football yesterday, but I didn't play for the team I normally play for. A friend of mine who I used to play with before COVID is coaching a team, and it was first versus third with them in third. And it was only like an hour and a half away from where I live. So he slinged me a bit of petrol money, paid my subs, and I went to play for them. And we won. Ringer? Yeah. But I mean, like the standard is hell of a lot better than what I've been playing for the last 2 years. But I played box to box, and I just told them I don't want the ball. I'm just going to run, and I absolutely crippled the right-hand side of their team. They couldn't deal with someone just running non-stop because they don't know how to hand people off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, so there was spaces everywhere, and the right winger that I was playing with was like, God, I had such a good game today. I don't know where all this space was coming from. And I remember, like, so I warmed down correctly, and as I was sort of going home, I thought, do you know what? Like, I was playing like box to box against all these 23, 24-year-olds. I can do this for ages. I've woken up today and I'm absolutely finished. Finished. Like, or I hurt so much. I must have run about 10, 12 kilometers.
Wow.
Like, but I loved it.
What's it like playing for a new team? Are you familiar with it, or do you think football's just a natural game and you got good players around you? It just happens.
Well, it's like when I was playing with them, like they've got a better feel for the football. They're a little bit fitter. They're a little bit like sort of more organised in space, but their game sense still isn't like noticeably higher. And this is like maybe 2 or 3 divisions above. Like they're not very good at solving problems. And my mate who coached the team, I was really impressed with his instructions that he gave to them. He said that when he runs, you go there and you go there and just let him run about. Don't give him the ball. Just let him run about. And so I touched the ball like maybe 6 or 7 times, like in each half.
Time. So you played a game of football and had no intention of touching the football. You just wanted to run.
Yeah.
I don't want man like you in my football team.
The point is I'm giving space to the other players.
No, so I get it. I'm on the wind up.
Okay.
I'm on the wind up, bro. Don't worry, I'm on the wind up.
I also don't want to come into a team who have got themselves like into a position to win the league, and then the second there's a tough match, you get better, you get the bigger boys in to come and do it for them. So I said,
I've done it yourself. I get it.
Yeah. So I said I'd go, but I wanted to play box to box, and all I was going to do was run channels all day, and I know at these kind of levels, players don't know how to deal with someone running consistently beyond them. Like,
did someone try to stick with you? Did you hear them saying pick up the 8 or someone stick with the 8? Was there any going on?
Well, it started off you know how it happens. Starts off where the guy in midfield tries to run with me, but he doesn't understand that there gets a point where he needs to pass me off. And so he finds himself playing at left back or something. And then there's a huge amount of space in the midfield. And then they asked the winger to try and come with me. And he was getting pulled back into positions. And then their centre-back was getting really stressed out because it was I had absolutely no intention of playing football. All I wanted to do was run. Tell
me why you're so sore.
I know. But I had a great time, to be honest.
So what's
I had an absolutely great time.
What's the score in the end?
It was 4-0, I think.
Wow. So they got a chance of winning the league now?
Yeah, they should win the league. I mean,
I'm going to call up the FA and say there's a person called Bath Time.
Yeah.
He won't be on the books as Bath Time, I know that. But so you can get away with it. But no one say that.
Yeah, come on, you must have been a ringer before.
Yeah, no, it happens a lot. But I think what you have to do, they've got a system now, and haven't they, Mr. B? You can check before the game. You can ask them for
now they're introducing it into our league for next season.
We got to bring ID.
Yeah,
we can look online and see who their players are, who's registered. We can see that. Has it got a picture of their face? Yeah, we've got pictures, everything.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they do that with us, I don't have a problem in it because I know these teams we've played. At the levels that you play, I have no problem. You know what I mean? I've done it. You just have to suck it up. You just have to suck it up. But when you know that a ringer's come in and he's made the difference, it pisses you off.
What were they called? When they're not familiar with you, how did you style it out Bath Time that you're one of the boys, you play them every week? Did you sort of say to them before the game, "Here I am, so and so," and just call me Bob or whatever?
Yeah, it's just just call me Darius or D.
Yeah.
My mate calls me Mac. To be honest, it's like Darius D, Mackie D's, Mac, and stuff like that. You know how those things happen.
Yeah, the big stick. It's just what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got called Mac quite a lot yesterday, but it didn't really seem to be an issue because they don't when 37-year-old turns up. Not bold, but let's pretend I am. You're not that worried, are you? And when he's not really touching the ball, and all he's doing is running up and down non-stop. Like, it doesn't seem like a big issue until you realise that the entire right flank, the entire left flank has to be subbed, like, after about 60 minutes because they can't deal with it. And it's just really interesting how, like, because I struggle with passing my man off. It's always been a weakness in my game. Like, I find myself getting drawn out of position, but it's things like that are coached better in other countries, I feel.
Darius, it's funny. You're funny, Mac D.
Mackie D's, yeah. All right. I might be sick, but I don't have Trevor fever. He's here with us tonight. We've got Elite Baller. I hope everyone is healthy and well. I hope you are as well, my friend. Got Tyrone. They call Darius the sharpshooter. They don't call me that. They call me a lot of things, Tyrone, but nothing positive. Come and tell me Pogba back is sensible. Gonna make me lose it. Or, I mean, we'll start off with the Pogba back stuff. Everyone's familiar with what happens, like, after a bad result or a bad run of results. The papers get flooded with unrealistic transfer targets and things like that. And one of them that's come up is that there is strong interest in United taking Pogba back in March. Now, Mr. B, I think Pogba would bite your arms, your legs, and every part of you off to get back, to get back into Carrington. This can't happen, can it?
No, it won't happen. There's two teams that have shown interest in him. Inter Miami and Fenerbahce are the two teams that have shown interest in him. So that's the level of team that are now interested in Paul Pogba. You're right.
Inter Miami.
Yeah.
That's run like. Don't Inter Miami just get back Messi's mates like Busquets, Alba, Suarez?
Yeah, but then it's the level of player, isn't it? It's what they can bring, Instagram, and all of that stuff. So
actually, you say that. When I watched the Pogmentary, he went to Miami on holiday in that and said he went like every year. Maybe that's always been his plan.
Yeah, just go to America and do. You know what? If he's training at the club, I have no problem with him training at the club. But what you got to think about is, if he's training at the club, he's not going to be fit until, he can play at March, so he's not going to be fit until April, maybe beginning of May. So we'll have him for 5 weeks. So I don't see it happening. I don't see any way that the club would be even interested in having that whole circus around. If he comes and shuts down his Instagram account for 3 months while he's there, then fine, and he's on £100 a week, £200 play per play, then fine, no problem.
Yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it. What would the conditions be for you to take Paul Pogba back?
As I said, no Instagram. I don't want to see nothing about him dabbing. I don't want to see his missus and his beautiful daughter. I have no interest in any of that. He's £100 a week because we have to pay him. I mean, it's £100 more than he's now doing nothing.
Minimum wage Pogba.
And £500 appearance. And if he doesn't dance, then he gets 10 grand.
No dancing clause.
Yeah, no dancing clause. A no dancing clause. Yeah. Then I'll take him back. Listen, man, I like Pogba, innit? I've got him on my I don't know what you call that thing that would be behind me backdrop.
Your virtual backdrop.
Pogba. Yeah, I like him as a footballer, but those days are done. He broke my heart twice. You can't make him do it again. So no, I have no interest in Pogba coming back. I don't think it would benefit the team. It benefits him. The only person it benefits is him.
Yeah. Right, Yabba. Don't hurt me. I'm in pain. So if you say crazy stuff, it's going to physically hurt me.
Interesting.
Hang on, I haven't asked you the question yet because I want a different one.
I'll finish.
Would Pogba work in this system? Where would he play? And how do you think he was handled as a Manchester United player?
I think he'd be suitable in the number 10 position. Now, he'd love that. That's a joy for him to be creative. You saw what Xerxes did yesterday. He could do something like that, a job like that. Just wouldn't want him strolling around. He'd have to get, working hard. The other position he could play, I've always felt that he's had the ability, the athleticism, the height, the strength to play as a midfield number 6 and just sit there and just use his ability to hold off man and bring the ball out of play, get in tight areas, and he's got great range of passing, so he can play that quarterback role, sort of like Scholes did later in his career, when he dropped off. So he could play those 2 positions, in my opinion. But I know Bath time, the running joke is you always wanted him as right back or wing back in this system. So maybe he could do that.
I wanted him inverting as a right back into midfield because I don't like defenders coming into midfield.
Yeah.
And he was actually quite good at defending the back post on aerials, Pogba. I'm very pleased to see that Arteta did something similar with who's your man? The one that's Partey. Like he's tried it a lot with Partey.
It's quite good work. Just going back to it, I think he's been tarnished really badly by his reputation's been soiled with what happened with him. The positive test. It's like no one wants to touch him, even though he's a great talent.
Is that deserved, though?
Well, sometimes you have to look at other examples. I think
Rio.
If you look at the tennis world right now, then world number one.
It's a joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's happened in tennis?
Well, there's a guy, world number 1 Italian guy, obviously because Djokovic and Federer and Nadal all sort of out, even though Nadal's still number 6 in the world. This new guy's coming on, Italian guy. He's world number 1. He won the Australian Open this year. And because he's the main face, he failed 2 tests last season. So they had to ban him. They had to
Let me guess, he trains in the south of Spain.
Yes, quite possibly. Possibly. So they had to sort of do something about it. But because he's hot stuff right now and he's the world number 1, it could have been a 2-year ban. He's negotiated it. It ended up being a 3-month ban. And it's the equivalent. What they're doing now is 3 months starts from now. And then he thankfully comes back just before the French Open, which is, I think, in May. In May. So he's basically missing like a football pre-season. It's like a footballer getting banned for drugs and then missing the summer holidays. You understand what I'm saying? Where there's no games anyway.
Yeah, that's about TV deals, and stuff like that. It's not justice, but what my question is Pogba, he had, if I'm correct, right, he had issues with his brother, who is essentially a sociopath, from what I can see, blackmailing him and things like that. And then, but for me, missing the drugs tests, I always hold this against Rio, to be perfectly honest. I think Rio gets away with that one a lot. I think you can't blame anyone but yourself for that. And so it's a deserved sullied reputation.
And not just that, you remember what happened with Nightfall World Cup with Maradona. I think sometimes if you really want to take someone out, you could just pick any random guy who's not playing ball, and you can do them, because I think a lot of athletes are using some kind of performance-enhancing drugs.
I used exactly what Maradona got banned for. It's legal.
It's a funny thing. So they must have known that, and they picked him out. It's so obvious. They picked him out on the pitch. Excuse me, the nurse is running on the pitch straight after the game. Maradona, you come with us. What's going on? It's messed up. And you've heard of the who was it now? The famous athlete who maybe it's Mike Tyson. Maybe it's Mike Tyson, who he actually declared that after a fight he pissed into another bottle, and then one of his trainers or something pissed into a bottle and gave it to them.
Yeah.
So here's my.
Well, they have fake things that are like fallacies, essentially. We'll come back to this actually, but I just want to do the comments because apologies for yes. Well, yeah, apologies for yesterday comments. I tried to show everything, but it was just a big whinge session.
Until Yabba came on.
But then it got even worse. Then it felt like an intervention. We deserve better. Good evening to you, sir. Pogba, fantastic talent, better than what we have. But if you take him back, it's like dating Bonnie Blue. No dignity. I'm not familiar with who Bonnie Blue is. Oh. Yabba, no?
Oh.
Okay.
It's a change. Somebody that Yabba doesn't know. Before Black and White, was it?
Yeah. I do agree with that. Pogba had everything to be one of the best midfielders Europe has ever seen. Right, and he would be a mark up in quality over a lot of them, but he just didn't have it. He wasn't professional enough for me on a football pitch. Andrew's in a good mood because he's got 2 dodgy soldiers, so he didn't sleep. I know what that feels like. I know if Pogba comes back, I'll lose it.
We were asked. See, this is the thing. We know he's not coming back. The way that, if you listen to what Bath Time said when he asked the question, guys, there's nothing to lose. It was just a question that he asked. And
Well,
by the way, I'll play him
He'll
as a number
lose
10.
it.
I'll play him as a left 10, by the way.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, that's basically where he played for Juve, wasn't it? They played a 3-man midfield, and he was like in the kind of free role. We've got the judge, Sigmund. I'm just jumping in on the stream into Miami, and MLS money is crazy. The immersive 180-degree coverage plan this season is crazy from an Apple nerd. I think I know what he's talking about. Have you seen like how they show football in the States?
On that big massive
screen
thing.
Yeah, so they have like a camera at the Stretford end or something like that, and it's 180 degrees, and they all sit there on their tables as if they're sitting in the Stretford end with
Have you not seen it, Yabba?
an IMAX screen. It's amazing.
Never seen that. No.
It's it's a proper simulacra.
Once again, I'm being 80s pop stars. Elite Ballers said I look like Shakin' Stevens in my denim jacket.
I mean, Bewitched is always my go-to for denim, but did Milli Vanilli dress like you?
No, I'm Shakin' Stevens. This is Shakin' Stevens, man.
You might be Shakin' Stevens' clothes.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I can do the dance if you want me to, but
please
don't do that.
No,
do
it.
Don't do that. Get us taken off here.
No, it'd be great. Andrew, girlfriend moved in last weekend and she's a pain in the ass. Amrin making an example of players. Don't see him bringing Pogback. Agreed. Like, completely agreed. It would make more sense from all angles for Pogba to go to Miami ahead of the next World Cup in the USA. Pogba surely can't play for France in the World Cup. Can he?
Right. Well, if Zidane can headbutt a man in a World Cup final and deny them, he's forgiven for that. That's one of the things I can never get over. How can he get away with that and everyone's cool about it? They lost the World Cup final because he wasn't there.
He won them a World Cup final at home.
Yeah, but come on, man.
And a Euros.
If that was
and
David
he's arguably
Beckham,
their greatest ever player.
How did they treat David Beckham when he just tripped Simeone? I mean, I still can't get over that. He got away with that one. It's like, I can just get away with it.
I kind of agree as well.
What about his players? What about his teammates? How do they feel about it?
I think, like, I can't recall correctly, but did he win them the semi-final with a penalty?
I think Brazil, he played really well against Brazil in the quarterfinals.
And the man scored 2 goals in a World Cup final, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he score 2 headers? Like,
if I'm his teammate and I know it's my last World Cup,
yeah,
he does something like that, loses his head. I don't care what he done in '98. I'm saying, bro, we need to shoot, and you went and do something stupid like that, and we ended up losing.
I kind of agree, actually, because there will have been players in that squad who weren't in '98, like who didn't win the World Cup or didn't win the Euros.
Exactly.
I do agree with you because they've got statues of it and things. And if like Luke Shaw had bitten off like Chiellini's ear or something in the final at Wembley, there is no way that people would sort of glamorize it. You're right. It's a really odd one. Right. Trevor Fever says 25k a week. Come in now. So
we're talking about Pogba's wages, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's be honest. Who'd want to come to this poo show? Paul Pogba would. We deserve better. Make no mistake about that. And Trev wants him playing at number 10, 100%. I agree. Andrew's just saying Pogba's not a serious person. The The world chooses who they want to make examples of.
Or the press.
Yeah, but I mean, when you say the world chooses, that's what you really mean is free markets choose. But I do agree that Rio Ferdinand should get more abuse, and so should Zidane. I mean, Rio absolutely did us in. Like, did we lose to a Kenny Miller goal? Like for his final game against Wolves? They were like 20th in the league or something.
You're not asking me.
Okay. Oh, right. The girl that Andrew was talking about earlier is she's a porn star.
Yeah, I figured.
Bilal, you're in the house. The under-21s just lost to Fulham. What would be quite interesting is if you tell us who was playing for the under-21s. Because it might
because they would have pulled out a lot of them, innit?
Yeah. Like the only thing that can cheer me up is Lucky Singh making an appearance. I went on another channel the other day watching in chat. Shout out to Botswana Pappy. Lucky Singh gave me so much abuse. It was untrue. He kept going at bath time and then just putting pies, like emojis of pies next to my name. Yeah. And I don't like that because I worry about my weight a lot, and it's very odd to be abused by Lucky Singh.
Oh dear.
Okay, Heaven made his under-21 debut. Promising. If that's his debut, that's promising. Fast tracking. Got 14 likes. Oh, Tyrone, man, you're meant to be on a night shift. It wasn't Zidane's fault because they still lost on penalties. Come on. Yeah, but what you got to say to that?
In the actual game, it was 1-1 in the game, and Zidane scored a penalty with a Pakenka, a sort of dink thing against
what?
Buffon, of all people.
What you call it?
The Czech forwards.
Yeah, go on, please. Please.
How do you say it?
Pienka.
Pakenka. Okay, I tell you what. You keep it like that. Yeah, even I know.
Say it, Mr. B.
Yeah, but I tell you, boy.
Say
sometimes it's Panenka.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. Yeah. So I feel if you're taking it like he's a good penalty taker. It's a bit like Gaza in 1990. Played a great game, was too emotional to take a penalty. I would be having to go at him. You've got the quality to take penalties, bro. Don't be too emotional. Stop your crying and go and step up. But so same with Zidane. I think you're losing a guy who could take a penalty and ended up with someone else who's maybe a defender take a penalty.
You ever missed a pen?
Sorry?
You ever missed a pen?
I've never really taken pens, but I've never missed one in the shootout. I've always placed it in the corners. Mm-hmm. Oh no, I've missed some in. When you're young, you play these 5-a-side tournaments.
It doesn't matter. I've
missed some in them. Yeah, I know.
I don't take penalties. I've never taken a penalty.
Why not?
What?
I've just never taken. Andy Cole didn't take penalties.
That's not an explanation for why you don't take penalties, though.
No, maybe that's the explanation I'm going to die with. I don't think. I don't think I had the. To be fair, I don't think I had the bottle to take penalties. I don't think it was. I think you have to be a certain type of player. And I always thought there was people better equipped to take penalties. So no, I would never volunteer. If I was asked, then yeah, but I would never volunteer to take a penalty. No.
So I can miss genuinely from 4 yards out without any problem. Like, I'm terrible in front of goal, but I love taking penalties.
The technique more with a pen.
What do you think the odds are of scoring a penalty? Because when you step up,
it's 0.7. It's 70%.
70%. Okay.
The XG for penalty.
I was in goal for a period before I'd done my finger, and
the penalty saves. There you go.
I saved
2.
3 penalties. I saved 3 penalties. Yeah, in a short space, in about 5 games like that. I went down.
Yeah, it's a dog and duck league, isn't it?
You fell the right way, then, did you?
Yeah, and it's not just that. I just think sometimes you think, what am I going to do? Psych myself out. I just made myself really big like that. Kept myself calm. Didn't try to put the guy off. But I just thought to myself, nah, I'm going to get to there. I know, like you were saying, Mr. B, I know what it feels like to step up.
Mm.
And if you see someone and you ain't got no bench against them, Yeah, but it's nerve wracking, isn't it? You know, you got the whole team behind you. So I think it's. I was thinking about the odds just a while ago. I was thinking, what are the odds? Really, a professional should be able to put them away. But the lower leagues you get, like at my level, I think the odds decrease a little bit. You have to really put them in the corner.
Yeah, but did you when someone's taking a penalty against you, are you waiting until they hit it?
Yeah, because obviously there's new rule. The refs looking at your feet in the line. I just waited for them. I got done once by a really good player. He sort of came with not a really good run up, like a 2-step run up, and made me dive. So I'm diving like that, and the ball's dinked over there, and I said, you got me, you got me. But usually I just wait and see, and they're just thinking, right. What I find, you expect if you're right-footed, you expect to get. They always say play
to go across
to the left-hand side. Yeah, so you're facing the goal. You're right-footed.
Oh, so with so when the player's right-footed, you're expecting him to hit it with the side foot.
No, you expect people for the best chance to hit in the corner of the net by playing it right-footed, and they're facing the goal to the left. Yeah, if you're facing the goal and you're right-footed, you play.
So they're going across you.
They're going across.
But I find a lot of guys are playing it the other way. It just seems like they think it's better to play it the other way. It's not. I think it's better if you can.
I play it the other way.
Oh, do you? Okay. Anyway, enough about this.
I'm left-footed, so I always want to hit it to the goalkeeper's right.
I didn't realize that.
Sorry, and I the thing is that in the league you're playing in, I can hit the ball hard enough so you don't have a chance unless you go early.
Yeah. So you lace it. You put laces through it.
Sometimes, normally, honestly, but I spent so long hitting plows and things as a kid, I'd just be out practicing my crossing and things like that. That I just whack it and it goes in 90% of the time. The only if I had to take 2 penalties in a game, which has happened before, the second penalty I chip it across the keeper.
All right.
So I go. So the run up looks like I'm going to blast it. And then I chip it in the other corner. And even if they dive, it normally goes in. In fact, it's always gone in. Right. Let's continue the comments. Some Lucky Singh chat. He's more aggressive on other channels. He doesn't come here anymore, Lucky Singh.
He's scared of Andrew.
Yeah. This is obviously the best thing Lucky Singh ever said. What player is that, Yabba?
Avram Van Bissaka.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Shout out Lucky Singh if you are watching.
Legend.
All right. Thank you very much, Elite Baller. I have massive body issues about my weight, which is why I get so upset about Mr. B eating carbs after 9 o'clock at night. It's ridiculous. Penalties are easy for Tyrone Williams.
Not against me, Tyrone. Next time you're down, come and take a penalty against me. We'll record it. I guarantee you won't score.
Best way to hit pens, low and hard or hard and high?
Thanks for the tip. I'm taking notes. See you in the summer.
Hard and high.
All right. I do find it odd, Mr. B, because you're quite a good goal scorer, aren't you?
I was. Yeah. It just never free kicks, corners. I just wasn't interested in. Maybe that because that took too much practice. You want to sit down there and get it right. I just want to go out there and play. So no, yeah, never ever.
Really? Did you not practice individual things?
No.
Really?
No. The only thing I ever practiced was tackling. I used to, because we were shorter than everybody else. You want to make these big lumps. No, they can't take the piss. So what I used to do is just set myself, lock my legs early. Certain more the aggressive part of the game is more what I tend to have practiced and kind of hold myself on. And then after a few years, the big guys, they weren't coming anywhere near you because they know you fold them first.
Right. It's just like that thing they say about prison, where day one you go and smack up the biggest guy there.
Yeah,
Mr. B,
the biggest person
14
on the
years
pitch
old,
is
just
the
blow
one
up their team bus.
Yeah. Put the marker in early, man. Don't moan when you get smashed. and smash them back. If you smash them first and they bitch, you know you've got them already in it.
Yeah.
You know, if
I
you
feel
don't,
that way about running, actually.
you feel the way about running.
Yeah, like I want so I kind of have a couple of heuristics like when I play, which is the first thing is you always look at a player's touch to see how much of how good it is, how much of the pitch they cut off and things like that. And then the second thing is if you can run them. Like if you run past them and they don't go with you, you know you've got them on toast.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, because there are just like, you're talking about these big breakfast centre backs that you were playing against at the other week. Like, yeah, I know exactly the type of players you're talking about, and they don't want to run. And the thing they fear the most, apart from not being able to kick the ball 40 yards aimlessly up the pitch, is people just running. And so I always but your mate, the guy that played for Doncaster Rovers, I forget his name.
Barry Miller.
Barry. Do you remember Barry told us that there were games where he said to his partner, I am not running today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm like the I always look at the players that don't want to run, and I copied something off Steven Gerrard, which is that, in my opinion, Gerrard always used to go on the physically weakest player in the midfield that he could find and run off them. I like to do that as well. But yeah, I just but you were a goal scorer when you were younger, weren't you, for Middlesex?
Yeah.
Like penalties, free kicks. Did you ever practice or?
No, I never did. I think when we were kids, remember this Mr. B's played like a World Cup, all in, that sort of thing, and penalties. It's never that, because we never had proper goals to take penalties and everything. It was never my thing, and I wasn't the one for goals. Like, I want to get my goal record up by taking penalties. There's always someone in the squad where any team I've played, there's always been someone who could strike the ball really well, and it's just a given when there's a penalty. Like even on Sunday we had a penalty. Aaron, you take it, because he can strike a ball really well and he's confident, he wants to do it. So when someone's got eager and they've got more desire to take a penalty than you, I don't see the point in stepping up. I've taken a few, and I've always, when I felt confident. But the worst thing you want to do is say, right, I've got this, and then someone will come along and try and fight you for the ball, and then if you do get it, and eventually you sit it down, then you got this worry in your head. Oh, God,
no, you got to let them take it. That's happened to me a lot. If someone does something crazy like that, you have to let them take it, because you cause an issue. Like, it's very, very annoying, and you sort it out afterwards.
Yeah. But get the penalty taken. If they miss, you deal with it. If they score, fair enough, well done. But yeah, I get it.
I've had loads of strikers like over the years that have been fouled in the box and then have demanded the penalty. And I said, "Yeah, you sure?" And they've gone, "Yeah, no, cool, take it." To be honest, I think I can remember one instant where the guy missed it and the rest they scored, and that makes the conversation afterwards a bit harder, to be perfectly honest. But corners are a different thing, to be honest. Like I've shouted at a lot of people over the years about taking quick corners. Don't take a quick corner. Give your centre backs time to get up and have a breather and get yourself set. Don't take it quickly.
I think corners, they don't really take advantage of so many good things you can do with corners. I think what I do is get everyone set up, and then I wait for it. And say we have a left back, at the last minute, I always say it's got a routine now. We look set, because none of our guys are great at corners. Don't score from corners. Even if you've got all these big lumps up there, don't tend to score from corners. People too static. They don't make good runs. So what we usually do, wait, get everyone set up, and then at the last minute, someone comes from the halfway line, says, "Yeah, set," and cross like that. Just give us a different angle. But I think you can be so
run from the halfway line.
Yeah, so there's a corner. You got a guy, say the corner on the left hand side. Your left back is there, sitting back as insurance.
So he passes it to the guy, and then the guy crosses it in.
Yeah, so we're just at the last minute, everyone's marked up. The opposition team's marked up everyone. Yeah, because it's been a time, right? You got. You see these big lumps turning up, and then suddenly you just wait last minute, and then you make a run from the halfway line. Say, "Yeah, set me." Bam, set, cross, different angle, and just something different. Look at Man United; they've had so much difficulty with set pieces recently. Well, I think it can be inventive. There's so many inventive things in my head that I think we could do to be like to make the corners more a lot better. But what I find in all teams I've played in, you've always got the one guy who think I'm the free kick taker, and they've got no.
That's
even
me.
if there's something on, like someone does an overlap just before the free kick is free, play it short or do something. They don't want to do it. They want to see their delivery.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
It is
It's,
that. No, well, maybe not with you, but with the players that's in our team now.
It's because we've worked on it.
They just want to hit the ball. It's like they get off on hitting a long ball or.
Well, that's
look
true.
at my delivery. Like, come on,
that is
to be played. Start. Don't be greedy.
No, right. You kind of hit on something there, which is that, like, yeah, you're right about that. Is that you want? There's no crosser or free kick taker that doesn't admire a good delivery that they've hit. Right? I've done it I do it all the time. I look at that, I think, yeah, but. There's sort of two important things you want to do. Like with Manchester United, we got criticised a lot under Ten Hag because we took a lot of short corners, and there's a reason why you take a short corner, and it's to do with the flat header. Because if your team is weak in the air, you need to change the angle of the cross to not hit the first man. Because why hitting the first man is so bad is it's the best opportunity for the other team to counter-attack, right? Like it's the worst thing that you can do is hit the first man. So when you play a short corner, you're changing the angle and you're avoiding that first man. So that's really, really important when you've got like not a particularly physically strong team or a poor free kick taker. But sometimes like improvisation is good and stuff. But I always think about my centre backs when I'm taking corners. Like, do they need a rest? Like, do I need to do my laces here, give them a bit of a breather and things like that? And if you improvise, you are by definition a little bit unorganised because it's happened so quickly. So the guy that you're improvising to, if he loses the ball, think of the distance the centre backs have got to run. Think he's covering. Yeah, but you don't need to put your hand up.
Like he's in school.
Take your hand and finger out your nose, Mr. B. Look. Just to counter, I hear what you're saying, but what I think by the time opposition gets set up and marks their men, it's very difficult to create space to sort of do something different. You're marked up. So once you change, like you said, once you change the angle, change the delivery, suddenly there's a bit of confusion. There's a bit of that's just element of surprise. So if you're inventive like that, and then the players in the box are inventive as well, and realize, I've got a bit freed up space here, or something's different happening, then it can spice things up. We struggle with set pieces. I know you're good at set pieces. You can deliver on a sixpence half time, but we don't really score a lot from corners or direct free kicks or indirect free kicks like that. So yeah, it's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I always sort of like. When I was younger, I saw some footage of Becks when he was like 6 or 7.
Who?
And his Beckham.
I bet.
And like his corners were outrageous for a child of that age. You know, like back then, you can't kick the ball 10 yards with accuracy, and Becks was hitting them the way he did 20 years later. And so I think that maybe at your level, if you don't have someone who can't strike the ball properly, it is probably just better to treat it as a throw-in and aim to recycle it to the other side of the pitch. But when you're doing training and things, you need to respect the hours that have gone on the training on the training ground. Like people, like all that stuff about, you know, where the space is and things like that. When you're a free kick taker, what you want to do is you want to take every advantage away from the centre back possible. So when you talk about, like with your brother Zico, about how take a step back and give yourself that yard to get forward, that's exactly what I'm trying to take off the centre back. I'm trying to put dip and spin on it so they have to take a step back and things like that. And then all the work on the training ground is about like the centre backs or your aerial threats, getting in the right position and the blockers and stuff. So maybe that's why I think it's a little bit different. Let's do some comments, I suppose. Bloody hell, Steph. All right, we'll start off with Ed Mayhem. Good evening to you, Ed.
You, Ed.
Right. Change the angle of the dangle makes sense. I don't understand this. I never used to spend hours practicing my Frenching on a Sunday after bath time. What does that mean?
French kissing?
I never used to spend hours practicing my French kissing on a Sunday.
You know, this reminds me of, remember Blankety Blank? He
No.
said, I never used to, Andrew the loser from Wales, he said, I never used to spend hours practicing my blank on a Sunday after bath time.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Have I got news for you? Because
I
I originally read that as fencing, and I'm a big fan of fencing.
don't understand what the hell he was talking. Don't explain, bruv. Don't explain, please. I beg
I
you.
also don't understand this. French kiss, Moldovan kiss is better. Like if it said Glaswegian, I'd get it. But is this?
Yeah, that's probably some.
I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna Google it.
Well, you might discover something within yourself. It might awaken. Bath time always sounds posh when he says Ten Hag. Thank you.
What about when you say game model?
I don't understand why game model is so amusing to all of you. And
I don't know why I laugh when you say it. I'm sorry, I don't know.
So I've had to change it to tactical periodization, which I don't like. Like, I got asked by Botswana to go on his channel and talk about it, and I was very concerned about saying game model, so I didn't. Right, John Lowry. I feel a bit of a forum five-side game happening in the future, possibly walking football after bath time's box antics. Look, John. No. Tyrone started playing football because of like the eye test and stuff. All of you should absolutely go and join a local team or something like that, because like even vets football or something like that. Like, you know, if you're here talking about football, go and play football, because that's where you'll learn about the game, and you'll be able to, like, you know, watching Manchester United is a complete waste of our time at the moment. Go out, play a bit of football, get chummy with your teammates, get some shared memories. It's the best thing in the world. Oh, hello, Andy Long. We haven't seen you for a long time. Right now, Pogba on a 3 on performance-based wages sounds like a good idea. How shit have United got for that to make sense? Do you know what, right? When you started off with Pogba on a 3 sounds like a good idea, it's like, oh no. And then look at that, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I Was Made for Loving You was a proper kiss. It's a song of Monday. The ABBA, sorry.
It's a song title, yeah. I can't think who I Was Made for Loving You. I'll work that one out. I think I got that somewhere.
Well, first of all, Vincent Bullock. Hello, sir. How are you? I hope that you've met like more players recently. Lucky Sting has started his own cryptocurrency.
Oh my god!
It doesn't sound like I'm saying gay model.
It does sound like
you
that.
look like a gay model. You need to put a shirt on. Like it's game model. Game model. It doesn't sound like that. I'd love to, but at 74, I'm a bit over the hill.
Oh,
Nah,
wow.
never. Just go and try it. There'll be, you know.
What's that? The Moldovan kiss?
Yeah, exactly. Dancing with the devil. You won't like that. Yeah. If Pogba comes back to United, I am done with this club.
Oh dear.
And We Deserve Better is a game model. I agree. 16 likes, 21 watching. Right. We're going to finish up with one more. We've done one story tonight of the possible two. Right, Yabba, pick one. Osimhen or Casemiro?
Casemiro.
Right. Do you know about the story?
I do, yeah.
Tell me about it.
So Casemiro's come out with a statement today, especially after playing a few minutes like yesterday. He's come out and said, "Oh, I'm quite happy. I've got a year and a half left of my contract or whatever. I'm quite happy to stay here. My family are happy. We speak English." That's just like the last thing you want to hear after a poor performance and getting ripped by everyone at work. But yeah, Casemiro's quite happy. I don't know if it's bad timing. He shouldn't have said that. Mr. B, I want to hear you.
He's on 360 grand a week. He ain't playing no football, so he can go and chill with his missus. He doesn't have to break his neck in training. Maybe he's a good trainer by half time. Maybe that's why he's still there. He helps all of them in training.
He better be for 350k a week.
Well, he ain't playing, so he needs to be doing something. He knows they want to get rid of him. They've obviously tried to get him out. Why should he leave? They were stupid enough to offer him that. They're gonna have to buy him out if they want him to go. It's as simple as that. All of this Saudi are a bunch of bloody idiots are gonna pay him 650 grand. They're gonna have to buy him out. They want him out, they're gonna have to buy him out. And he's making it perfectly obvious now. Oh, I love the club and I love Manchester. His wife's probably saying, get us the fuck out of this cold place. You know what? He's not going to say that. So, no, he'll sit down there until they pay him off. I mean, he might accept half of what's left, but they're going to pay him off before he goes. He's not getting sold to go anywhere.
Well, one of the things, right, Mr. B, that I think everyone underestimates or doesn't consider is that when we signed Rafa Varane, one of the big things he said, the reason that he wanted to come to Manchester United, apart from the scandalous amount of money that we were paying him, was that
kids' education.
Yeah, he wanted his kids in English school speaking English. And as much as you might think that Alderley Edge or Manchester isn't the best place to live in the world, it's got the most rain ever. His wife, she might be saying, look, little Cass is doing amazing in mathematics and things. You're getting paid 350k a week. Just toe the line and stick it here. We got a nice life and things. And there's nothing that we can really say to that because we idiotically gave a 30-year-old, whatever it was, a massive contract. We funded a Real Madrid rebuild, and gotta honor it. Who did they sign? They signed Tchouaméni after that, a 19-year-old Frenchman. I think that Casemiro is playing a pretty clever game here, where Ronaldo will have given him offers from Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, and he's picking what's best for him and his family. And now he's had a start. He started running his mouth about how in his first season that was the best Casemiro that everyone saw, but there's more.
Yeah, I've just seen it just now. I'm just looking at his quotes.
All right, what are the quotes?
Well, it's just one here that's come up on BBC Sport. Looking at my career individually, my best season as a professional footballer was the first with Manchester United. I'm not saying collectively in terms of titles, but as a player, I think Old Trafford saw the best Casemiro in my first year.
So he says that he was benched by McTominay for the first 8 games. This is quite interesting. I actually didn't realise what Vincent was saying there. Vincent, did Casemiro blank you using his children from getting one of your photo opportunities? Because I seem to remember when we won the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. Did Casemiro give his medal to a child with educational difficulties or something? I remember seeing footage of that. I think, they were walking up because the new Wembley's got that ridiculous thing where you have to go up a car park steps instead of up the old ones.
Up the car park steps.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, they're going up the car park steps. Ridiculous. But By the way, we've got 29 people watching, so shout out to everyone that's watching. Say hello if you're new. Like and subscribe if you want. Like, wouldn't always recommend that, but there you go. And we've also got saying Dancing with the Devil. Maybe we could get Pogba on a 3 and then sell him and finally make a profit on him. We've got a super chat fund, lads. We can sign Pogba. Yeah, good one, Steph. Perhaps Casemiro injured everyone in training, trying to get game time. Brilliant. Madrid don't sell good players, either over the hill or injury prone, like Varane. Prime Rafael Varane would have been good for United, but Alex Ferguson preferred Phil Jones. He went for Rafa first, and then he signed.
And Rafa went, and Rafa chose Real Madrid. So
yeah. He hasn't done it to me. I've seen him do it to other people. I hope you gave him the side eye, Vincent. You let him know that that's not acceptable. Casemiro gave his FA Cup medal to Malacia. Yeah, but Casemiro, I think he refused to play in the FA Cup final. I'm talking about the Carabao Cup final, where Casemiro scored. He scored in that, didn't he? And then Rashford scored later on. Remember when Paul Pogba used to pretend to be on the phone?
I walked past people.
All right, well, since we've got quite a lot of people watching, we will do one more story. You're going to have to dig into your reserves, Mr. B. You can have your apple crumble later. Right. We've had a bad result. Morale is at rock bottom. We have been linked with a striker that 2 seasons ago was the hottest property in Europe, in Victor Osimhen. Bollocks, or is there something here?
Where's the story coming from?
I can't remember.
Romano. Is it Romano?
I don't think so. I will check for you, but let's pretend it's a good source.
All right, so let's say this. This is a guy who was smashing it at Napoli, and he decides something goes wrong. Something's gone wrong. I don't know what it is. And he's decided to go to the Turkish league, which is a step down. And now his stock's gone down, and now we're not hearing about him. We're not seeing him much, even though Galatasaray are really doing well this season. I don't know. It just raises question marks for me about him. I don't know whether he can perform in the Premiership. He's never done it before. You just don't know, do you? I don't know whether he's got the right temperament or whether he's professional enough. I don't know what's happened. I'm saying I don't know. There's a lot of question marks for me. With some players, like, right,
bam, genuinely not know.
He ticks the boxes. Some players tick the boxes. You know, okay, he's got something bad. But how
do you not know why he fell out at Napoli?
What's the story? Do you want to give us a little background on that?
It's essentially racism.
Oh, yes.
By the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like well, by the club, it was like an admin on TikTok or something like that made a very unfortunate thing, but also Kvaratskhelia, maybe that's his name, got the majority of the plaudits, and Osimhen felt, disrespected. I think as he would, and that led to a bit of a breakdown. And I'm sure you're not going to be here excusing like racism as an invalid reason for falling out with people, Yabba. See what I've done there? Twisted it.
I could say a lot about that, but I don't want to. I think people get misconstrued about what racism really is. I think the real victims of racism are the ones when you've got the power to oppress someone. Now, has he been oppressed?
That is the sociological definition of racism. It's prejudice plus power.
Yeah. That's the way my definition. But they've sort of recently, in recent years, they've changed it. So anyone could be a racist. Do you see what I'm saying? Or be a victim of racism. But really, it's prejudice they're talking about. So I just think he's experienced prejudice in a country which is renowned for that kind of thing. And he's decided to sort of detriment of his career, go to Turkey. There was a period of time when he was like, I think they were talking like 100 million for him, weren't they, for the Premiership?
Yes.
Tries to sign him. So whatever's happened, it's sort of, I think in hindsight, in years to come, he might look back and say, I made a mistake there. I could have gone to Premiership when I was hot. and just continue with things, But he took a stand about something, if that's the case. I don't know how true it is. And now it could affect his career. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if I want him. I think there's other players. There's thousands of footballers in the world. And there's going to be the next big thing coming up. I just don't want us to make a mistake of buying someone who I feel there are question marks about. And that's my stance on him. I would say no.
My stance on Victor Osimhen is that in my striker checklist, he ticks every single box. He is a fabulous football player, but so was Paul Pogba, so was Juan Sebastian Veron. My concerns with him is that he was strongly linked to Chelsea in the summer, like last year, but he was holding out to a move to Saudi Arabia, which for me is about money. It's got to. I think 99% of it has got to be about money and things. And also, I look at our team, and we are trying to assemble a group of super talented toddlers, like your
toddlers assemble.
Yeah, like the Avengers. That was like what the guy, the first Avengers, where the guy Hulk smash. The guy, the guy, like my mate who asked me to play for him, just pointed at me, went, "Darius, run." But I think that we could do with experienced senior professionals of a certain emotional caliber. And I don't want to sort of say that Victor Osimhen throws his toys out of his chest and things. So I've no idea what he's been through and stuff like that. But it is crazy to me that you win the league at Napoli. Without doubt, the most passionate fan base in Europe, and you fall out with the club like that. That's a tremendous tragedy, and I have questions about his character, and I genuinely prefer to get Harry Kane in on the basis of level-headedness, professionalism, and stuff like that. Because Harry Kane. Well, Harry Kane and Osimhen, I think, are in the same kind of class. Obviously, Osimhen is younger, is more athletic and things like this. But Harry Kane is proven in the Premier League, for one. But the other thing is, I want leaders to come in for the kids that show how you should live your life and things. And I'm not completely convinced that is Victor Osimhen. So I think that our signings should be about.
Strikers should have personality, no?
It depends what you mean by personality.
Something different, something that makes you stand up and say, "Wow."
Well,
and you want to get Harry fucking Kane?
Yeah, because he lacks a personality.
And he can't run. Right, and he can't run. So you take somebody, so we do another Casemiro.
Well, not really, because I mean, like Harry Kane's never been able to run, like ever. He's never had pace and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
Amrin wants his forward to run.
Maybe, but I mean, I've seen Harry Kane absolutely destroy Manchester City, like playing in the sort of number 10 role. He doesn't rely on these things, but it's not so much about like Harry Kane's playing style. It's about Harry Kane has proven quality in the Premier League. That's indisputable to me. But it's also about the fact that I want leaders and senior professionals that the kids can look up to.
So how long's that contract you're going to give Harry Kane? And he's already 33.
Well, I mean, we're not going to sign Harry Kane, right? But I'm just saying that when you look at the top,
we're not going to sign Osimhen either.
I don't know, Mr. B. He's at Turkey.
We ain't signing shit. We've just been battered. Does nobody see what's going on here? We've just had the shit kicked out of us by Spurs. So what did they do the next day? So nobody ain't talking about the fact we took licks. The window's closed. 2 weeks after the window, we're linked with Osimhen. Where are we going to get the money from for Osimhen?
Well, do we actually need? Well, we can forgive any payments that Napoli owe to McTominay. So that's already some money off the transfer fee. We might be shipping Rashford. I think we'll definitely sell like Anthony. This isn't about should we sign Harry Kane. The comparison is that Victor Osimhen and Harry Kane are elite level forwards operating in Europe.
And we're not getting any of them.
Sorry?
We're not getting any of them.
I think we could get Osimhen. I think that Napoli are a willing seller. They owe us money. He's playing for Turkey. He's playing in Turkey, sorry. We will give him silly wages. I can see it happening.
Interesting. And interesting.
You've been fooled, Bath time. You've been fooled by the spin, my brother.
I don't want us to sign him, but I can see it happening.
Well, let's see. You know what I'm going to do now? I'll Galatasaray in the European competition.
They lost 4-1 to AZ Alkmaar. They would have been playing us in the next round of Europa if they had got through. But
they were dominating their league, though, aren't they? They're dominating their league.
They were suspended for the game, innit? They lost 4-1, so it's going to be us and Spurs in the final.
Domestic league, though, they're playing really well. I think they're up there. They're dominating well ahead of Fenerbahce. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm going to go and take another look at Osimhen and see what he's got and just investigate more. Yabba investigates what's going on there. It was interesting that story you said about the prejudice thing at Napoli. I forgot all about that, so I'm going to look into that. I work with a Nigerian man, and
okay.
No, it's just funny. I was just talking today. He's the new maintenance guy and a really nice guy. He's only been here a year and a half. But there's another, Ade, who's been on this show.
Yeah.
Ade speaks real pidgin Nigerian,
Uraba.
Uraba. I know, but his English is like that sort of thing. And the new guy, the maintenance guy, talks really well. And they said, "Oh, how long you been here?" He said, "He's only been here for a year." But he was schooled. The reason why he talks so well is because he's been to a educated school. So when he's come to England, he's realizing people don't talk properly, like the correct English.
Yeah.
Because he's been taught the correct English, in a way. But he was saying about Nigeria and the corruption that goes on, and big superstars like Osimhen as well, the gangsters out there. It's really wild country and not real much authority. He said if you go out there and you call the police on somebody, everyone will know that and you'll get harassed for that because the police haven't really got much say in everything out there. So I think Osimhen, you have to think about the mindset of like a lot of Nigerian players when they come to Europe. You understand, it's about investing, getting the best out of yourself. So he's probably getting a good pay at Galatasaray and probably doesn't mind too much about not necessarily coming to the Premiership just yet.
Yeah, like Brazilians.
Still young enough. But the thing is, if he goes to Man United, Nigerians will love that. They love Man United out there. They love the big clubs in the Premiership. So for him to play for Man United, I can see that, like you're saying, I can see that happening because he might push for a move there. Now his stocks come down and we could actually sign him and he could become a hero because I know most of the young kids in Nigeria would be getting their Man United tops on again. And because he's an absolute legend out there. Honestly, I don't think we realise how big Osimhen is in Nigeria right now.
Well, then you had Igalo from Nigeria, I think.
Yeah, but he's not an Osimhen as in compared to two players.
Yeah, but that's like our only Nigerian player. I mean, you could, I suppose, make an argument for John Obi Miguel, but he doesn't really count, does he? He was with us for a weekend. But I mean, I feel the same way about South Americans, to be honest. Like, I'm always trepidatious about getting into that market and so on. But I think that, like, if Arsenal, Liverpool don't go in for someone like Victor Osimhen, I can see him pushing very hard to move to Manchester United, and I can see them making that deal. Like, Gyökeres has kind of turned us down. Like, what other strikers are there out there that we're linked with, consistently linked with Osimhen?
Okay.
I don't know. And have you got one last question for you, Yabba?
Yeah. I went and I watched Captain America yesterday. It was yesterday.
Oh, no.
Sunday night.
Was it good?
Yeah, I must say I'd give it 7.5 or 8 out of 10. It was very good. Really
Sorry?
enjoyed it. But
Really?
honestly, it's
I wasn't
really.
expecting that from you, to be fair.
I wasn't either. Is it about conspiracy?
Yes, you can see a lot of
There we
movies.
go.
No, not just that. There's a lot. Well, put it this way. I mean, Harrison Ford, Ross as president, and you got a businessman like Trump as president right now today. You see what I'm saying? So, and then the things that happened to Harrison Ford from his past and taking pills and all that kind of thing. You know, so many links. I can make a lot of jokes, but we're not going to. We're not supposed to talk about these things on the show. But
All right, but Andrew,
what I'm saying
go
is,
to
I
the
would
cinema.
recommend. I thought it's a really good movie. I thought it makes you think. It brings up. If you watch the whole series of Marvel films, there's stuff from the past that has been brought up again, and it's about politics. It's about it's a bit of a thriller. It's about conspiracy. It's so much involved in it. It gives it a thumbs up from me. I think it's a really good film. So anyone going out there,
I'm so shocked.
check out
so
Captain
shocked.
America. I gave it a thumbs up. It's a good watch, and
I'm
it
surprised
leads
you
on
like.
something more. It opens the door for more storylines to come out through. It's really good.
Do you still like the Marvel films? They've been dreadful for years, haven't they?
I stopped watching them when Thanos kicked all of their asses. I was so mad, and half of them died that I haven't seen another one since.
You didn't see what happened afterwards.
No.
There's so many little series, mini series, weren't
yeah,
they?
and then they had all of these Disney versions
Disney
coming
series
on.
and
yeah, and I thought, oh fuck it, man.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with all that. I'll tell you another thing.
I don't like homework for doing a film. Do you know what I mean?
You can't watch all of these series. I did watch. I don't know if anyone's seen Lewis and Clark, or I think it's called Superman and Lewis, or Lewis and Clark as a series. That was really good. I was surprised by that. I watched it. I binge watched it, and I thought that was really good. Recently, I gave that the thumbs up as well. You guys, anything?
I'm rewatching The Sopranos.
Ah,
I love it.
Good acting in that.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I'm trying to think of the last good film that I watched, and it's got to be that Chinese one with the kangaroo on the moon. Like, that was good. I told you about that. It was like, have you seen The Martian?
Trippy.
It was good. I just like at the moment, like obviously, like when you have a girlfriend and things, going to the pictures is quite an important part of a relationship. I genuinely can't remember the last decent film I watched in the cinema. It might have been that one, Everyone, Everywhere, All at the Same Time.
I haven't even heard of that film.
It won Oscars. Like, it's got the little Chinese
films
guy.
that win Oscars are normally a bag of shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course they are.
Well, what was the last film you watched in cinema you liked? Citizen Kane?
I'll have to ask the missus. I have no idea. If I go to the right, it would have been with the missus. So I'd have to ask him. I'll have to ask him. No, I'll have to ask her. I don't know. The kids, we went to see one with the kids that I fell asleep with. Sonic. What a load of shit that was. So I paid money to snore. There's no point. No, cinema no, I'm not into cinemas. Maybe I'm just too old for the bullshit.
I like that film, The Banshees of Inisherin. It's your man Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. It's an Irish film, and the premise is it's two best friends, and one day one of them stops talking to the other guy, and it's like a kind of metaphor for like Ireland and Northern Ireland and things. But it's just an interesting. It's like a bit interesting, and it's not like Yabba's films are sort of like the Marvel stuff. It's like watching a toy commercial for me. I'm not.
Yeah, but that's what you want. Nothing that you have to think about, man.
Why don't I enjoy thinking about things and things that like?
Oh, that's why then I like the simple life. If I'm going, I want to be entertained and then leave. No storyline that I have to work out. Give me a joke that I don't have to study and I don't have to work out what it was. Make it obvious so I can laugh and leave. I'm not into all of this thinking and having to study. And you You pay your money to go cinema and you've left and you have no idea what the film was about. Don't fuck about, man. No, I'm not interested. All them.
I'm not fucking about. Like, what? I mean, give me an example of a film where you felt that way.
7.
Good
What are
film.
you talking about? Like, it's the 7 deadly sins. They're prescriptive, and then
Yeah, but the film was all black.
Head off.
I don't think I remember seeing anything that happened in the film. I'm sure the screen was all black. It was so dark. Yeah, 7. That was a weird film with the sloth and the what's his name and the gluttony and all. Maybe that was the last film I saw at the bloody cinema.
I liked 7. I thought that was
a weird one. Oh, I tell you what was weird. That the Fight Club.
I hated Fight Club.
I've seen it about 7 times. I wanted to understand
No way.
it. I wanted to like it because everybody. I didn't have a fucking clue. Yeah, Fight Club.
I didn't like Fight Club because I thought that like someone brought, like my cousin brought it around on video and said, "This is amazing." I was like, "What is it?" It's called. So it's Fight Club. I thought I was going to be watching Rocky, and then I've got like Meatloaf running around with tits, and then there's an ending that makes absolutely no sense in context of the film.
Thank you. Okay, good. It's not the see. I want a simple film that I could understand. But
see, the thing is, we have all these channels and all these things to watch. I always end up going to watch old movies, like classic old movies, rather than any of the new stuff.
No, I know what you mean.
There's a movie I need to see with Gene Hackman, who I really rate. He's still alive, actually.
French Connection?
The Conversation.
Oh, that is so famous, that film.
Yeah, and I need to go and watch that because it just reminded me today. Something reminded me today to go, oh my God, something got brought up in the conversation.
French Connection was good. Yeah, I remember French Connection.
Do you?
Yeah, I actually remember Gene Hackman. I watched that at the cinema with Aristocats. It was like a double. I don't know why they had a double
mix. The Aristocats.
I know, yeah, Aristocats and that one that was just flipping.
When they used to smoke in the cinema, Mr. B.
Yeah, it was. Say again.
This is when they used to smoke in the cinemas.
Listen, man, I was a kid. Aristocats, bloody hell, Aristocats was years ago. Yeah, but don't take the piss. You think I came out the bloody smoking? Get lost, man.
Hang on. Like, I mean, I've had maybe 4 cigarettes in my life. And one was on a plane in Peru because I just thought I should. And it was awful. But people used to smoke in the cinema.
Yeah, what you talking? You used to go to parties. Used to be able to smoke in clubs. What you talking about? That was the best.
They stopped the cinemas before the clubs and bars thing. They stopped the cinemas.
Yeah, no, obviously you're going to smoke in a club or a pub or whatever. But
smoke on the bus.
People just light up in the cinema.
Yeah, and on the back of the bus.
Honestly, there used to be ashtrays on your seat where you can smoke. This is like early 80s. They stopped it after that. Airplanes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know you can smoke on aeroplanes because they still have the ashtrays. Like they had them for years, didn't they, in the seats? But I didn't. But people people just chaining them in the cinema.
Yeah, big smoke. And big up, Andrew. I think Gene Hackman is a really good actor. In Unforgiven, he's brilliant in that as well.
That's a great film.
I think I've seen that.
Unforgiven.
I think I've seen that.
That's
something I've seen.
He bought the script for Unforgiven 30 years before he made it, so that he would have a film when he was older, to make. I think that's class. I'm trying to think of I really, really like The Seven Samurai. I don't know if anyone's seen that. It's proper old.
Is that the one with Tom Jones? Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Not unusual.
Tom Cruise?
No. It's like a Japanese film from the 50s.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's like one of the best films that I've ever seen as an action film. And it's by a guy called Kurosawa.
I've seen The Last Samurai, Kung Fu film, and they're all anyway.
No, that's what you're talking about. The Last Samurai. Right. Yeah. Imagine being in Japan, walking along, seeing a poster, and it says Tom Cruise is the last samurai. Imagine that.
Well,
it is a good film.
Imagine being in Congo or something and seeing Tarzan.
I was gonna say Claude in the Jungle.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a film called Congo. It was about like killer monkeys or gorillas or something. It was like it was all right. Escape to Victory. I hate that film.
Escape to the football film.
Yeah, the Christmas film that they always stick on with that American.
Oh, it's all right. It's got Rocky in goal, man.
Yeah, it does. He was in goal for Bobby Moore's last game of football. The gorilla's name was Amy. That's correct. So yeah, but if you like, like on death row, you get like a last meal. If you had to, on death row, like where you're in prison, then you're going to be executed. You get like a last meal. Yeah. What would be the film that you would watch?
I found it. I watched 2 nights ago. I watched Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood. But what film would I watch? Probably Enter the Dragon, because when he's, it would give you that motivation. I love that film.
I see what you've done with Escape from Alcatraz there. I missed that. Good joke.
No, but it's not a joke. I did actually watch it, funny enough.
Oh, but I assume because you're on death row, you're watching Escape from Alcatraz. It's about escaping from a prison.
Somehow, universe aligned for us that question to come up after I watched it for a reason. But yeah, I think Enter the Dragon, I like watching that, because that would, being in that situation, maybe I'd want to rip my shirt off and fight the guards. Or just go down, fighting if you can, like Bruce did. He was a badass in that film. He's one of the, when I look at that film, it's not just it's like the art of fighting without fighting, but it's the acting that made it realistic, and the characters really got into.
Man,
realistic.
Bolo was like,
really. You heard him say realistic as well, yeah.
Are you regularly in like sort of like kung fu tournaments and things, and you're like the realism? Yes, this is what I want.
I mean,
Enter the Dragon.
It really stands up to this day. I think it's one of the greatest films ever made.
All right, Mr. B, you're on death row. You got one film to watch.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys
in the Hood. Yeah, that is my favorite film ever. Like, I don't ask me why. Oh no, sorry, I lied. Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Blazing bloody Saddles.
You want to go down laughing?
Yeah, I wanna get everybody laughing. I'm going down in Blazing Saddles, man. That's the best. That's the best. That's the best film ever, mate. I think that is the best film I've ever seen in the whole of my life. I'm sorry.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, I tell you, Buff,
the sheriff is near. The sheriff is near.
That is one of the most politically incorrect films I've ever. But I don't care. That film killed me.
Top quality. Good show.
Killed me. Brilliant film. Brilliant.
The film that kills me is. You ever seen Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that film.
Well, you like Blazing Saddles, and Blazing Saddles is actually funny. Like, it's proper funny, man.
So Tropic Thunder's funny.
You couldn't play it today. I don't think they would play it at all. It's
no. You have to look for that. You'll have to look for it.
What, Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Will it hold up today, or is it?
No, they wouldn't show it today. People would be offended.
No. Like, but if I mean,
jokes wise, of course it would. Yeah, it would. I think it would. Yeah. And then I watch it now and I think, why did I think this was so funny? But no, it's good. I like Blazing Saddles.
All right. Well, I think that I know there's a lot of people watching and things, but we've got to end this. We'll be back tomorrow at roughly the same time. Yeah. Because we're skipping Champions League, aren't we? There's no good game on tomorrow.
No, it's the big game's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah,
Man City.
Just knock out them fuckers.
I mean, I just don't want Liverpool. Liverpool or Arsenal. I'm all right with Man City winning the Champions League over them.
Arsenal like winning shit. Come on.
Can you imagine if Arsenal won the fucking Champions League?
Just don't. Just don't. It's not going to happen anyway. That's not something that we ever have to worry about.
They've got Big Mickey Mourinho up front.
Yeah.
MM9.
Super Mick.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to say who's on. You can go and watch. There's a channel called Tactical Devils, which we're friends with. You can go watch them. I'm sure that they're probably going to talk about football and not about films. But just go in and say justice for Blazing Saddles or something. I don't know, but yeah, they're called Tactical Devils. They're nice guys. Go and watch them. We'll be back at 8:30 tomorrow night. We've got an email address if you ever want to come on. And if there are no stories again tomorrow, we'll probably talk a whole load of bollocks. I wasn't lying about being on painkillers at the start of the show. All right, what time is it, Yabba?
It is.
I've got 8 minutes past.
No, you. Oh, for God's sake! Have some of that.
All right. Oh dear, it's gonna be at 8:30 tomorrow.
Oh my God, Mr. B, what time is it?
Like a notch.
Yeah. What time is it, Yabba?
Like a notch for me.
Right, it's a lack of notch from me.
I'm ready. Come on.
We'll try again. What time is it, Mr. Wolf? It's like a lunch time.
Good night.